not like that Sam I am. Do you like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss.
I messed up, guys. I messed up 3 times during that whole performance.
We'll keep
All right. Well, welcome to the podcast, guys.
Salutations.
It's good to see you again, even though we actually are looking at just a computer screen right now. That's who you are. So,
Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel. Hi,
Hello,
Daniel.
Daniel.
What's up?
Future me
Daniel?
listening to this later. What's up?
What's up, older
Future all
George?
of us.
Older George.
We're actually, Matt is recording a video
That's
right
kind of cool.
now.
It's like you're sending a message to yourself in the future.
Well, hello, guys. That podcast intro that we just did was, like 3 months ago, I think.
2.5.
2.5 or so.
Probably.
I believe it was 6 months.
Yeah, probably.
It was about 16 years ago.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
My
So-
entire existence.
Yeah, so as you may have heard on our vlog, the podcast didn't work. Like, it kind of failed that time. So this is the first time, months later, that we're able to all get together and actually do a podcast again. So welcome to the podcast, Odcast Podcast Episode 2.
Now we got some more interesting topics.
Matt, you are our leader this time, so you get to choose who goes first.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe, blah, 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 Peter.
Peter, okay, you get to go first.
Well, that was very random.
Eeny, meeny, miny, Peter.
My topic
What is the topic?
is, by the way, how's everyone doing? How are you guys?
I'm doing
how are
great,
you
yeah.
gentlemen
I'm
doing?
good.
I
Great.
am quite
Good.
fine.
Good day today.
Yeah.
Except, actually, it was kind of not a good day. I went to
Oh,
Burger
man.
King, ordered the new chicken parm sandwich, paid
Did
$10, drove off. They gave me the wrong sandwich.
Oh! Did you drive back?
No. 'Cause I was already
Well-
so far where I was like, it's not
Wow.
worth it.
Bro, you always have to check your package before
I know,
you
I
leave.
usually do, man.
Yeah, just assume we don't even leave the window until we check the bag.
I know.
Yeah, man.
I was so mad. I was so excited for that sandwich.
Man.
So yeah,
You
it's
still
been
haven't
an
experienced
all
it.
right day.
Just because of that.
That would have ruined my entire day.
Exactly.
I wouldn't even.
You
come
wouldn't have
here
even been here.
if
I
that
was
the
I was
case.
contemplating it.
You would be.
I was ready to just go to sleep.
He was just
and
in his bed with the
It was like
The shades pulled.
Yeah, the shades pulled. He's like, why?
What is
Why
life?
am I here?
What is life? So,
Yeah. So,
Your
anyways,
topic, Pete.
my topic is the origins of the name, the Millennium Falcon.
that's a pretty interesting
Ooh,
topic.
okay.
I
Does
think.
anyone have any theories as to why it's called the Millennium Falcon?
It's been around for millenniums.
And it's a falcon.
And
I
it's
think
created
it
by
flies.
falcons.
I think it flies,
It's
therefore
made
it's
out of falcons.
Oh, dead falcons
It is a falcon.
are alive.
Whoa.
Mind
I think it's
blown.
an actual falcon.
Anyways, so this is a question that keeps me up at night, legitimately.
Okay.
I haven't slept
Of
in 3
course.
days.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
This is what it says on Google.
That'll impact the podcast.
And this was a little disappointing. It
Mhm.
says the Millennium Falcon is simply the name of Han Solo's ship.
Wow.
That was deep.
It has no thought behind it. It has no sort of origin. It's just the Millennium Falcon. But there are theories.
According to Google, or is that a legit website?
According to my sources,
Okay.
not Google.
Which are Google. Oh, I mean, what?
I have
sources that you get from Google
no,
Right.
not even.
that you look up on
he
Google.
knows
No.
the actor.
You know Han
He
Solo?
built that ship.
I mean, you know
Yo.
what's his?
Professor John Google,
Yeah.
him,
Exactly.
the creator of Google,
You know him, Matt?
Definitely not the creator of Google.
You don't know him,
Oh.
man.
Professor William C. Google.
Who is the creator of Google?
His name changed?
Google was founded by Larry Page and Sergey Brin.
People change their names all the
People
time.
change their names.
You know
all the
Nicolas
time.
Cage.
My name used to be
That's
Nicholas.
Not his real name.
That's his stage name. He didn't legally change it to Nicolas Cage.
Exactly.
dude.
How do you know he didn't change his name?
Mm.
You'll never
Here.
know. That's why.
Mm.
You're dumb, Peter.
Google. Why is Google called Google?
Mm.
I dare you, but not now.
I know
We're talking
why.
about the Millennium
Oh.
Falcon.
Why is Google called Google?
I mean, I have an answer. Okay.
So that's the answer then?
I mean,
There's
What are
theories?
these
officially,
theories?
some theories are that it could have been built on Earth, which I think is a planet that wasn't visited in any of the Star Wars movies.
Hasn't been?
I don't
Hasn't been
think
because
so.
you
Star
don't-
Trek it was, but not Star Wars.
Falcons are something that have only really existed on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
What about space falcons?
Next topic.
Well, I mean, Luke Skywalker is a name from Earth, right?
Luke is, isn't it?
Yeah, but names
That's
are
different, yeah.
names are names.
Skywalker.
If you have a language, you just create a name.
Why do they all speak English?
Also true.
It's the universal language.
No, it isn't.
It is the default language.
No,
I thought Mexican was.
No, it's
that's
like
not even a language.
it's the
Is it?
base
What?
language. You know, it's the universal language. Everyone can speak it.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's
everyone
Star
can
Trek.
speak it.
Well, not everyone, but like
Just how like George can speak Spanish.
yep. Speak Spanish right now.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
That was
Bonjour.
that.
I was speaking a different language.
Oh, all right.
I
Alrighty
was
then.
Japanese.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Well, in terms of my particular topic, that's as far as it goes. I'm sorry to
Wow.
make it sound like it was going to be something crazy.
Pete, that was inspirational.
That really was.
It's good I went first. Let's just say
It
that.
shows you that everything isn't what it's as hyped up to be in life.
So yeah, but I like to think that the people listening to this can still be disappointed by me
Daniel.
even when I'm not around. So
It's like,
that
wow.
they just listen to it, they're like, "Wow, that was disappointing."
Wow.
Your endeavor in life is just to disappoint people.
You know what's funny is no, but it happens.
It just happens. So in
Oh,
Star
oh,
There was
Trek-
no other
yeah.
theories?
No,
I mean,
I don't think I don't think anyone's ever asked that question.
Answer, and there was one theory. Great topic. That was anticlimactic.
Well, okay. So look, the thing that I forgot about was Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
They have the universal translator, which fits in like I don't know their ear
Oh,
or their
yeah,
ship
yeah.
or something like that,
That's
and
their.
that translate all the other languages.
Mm-hmm.
In Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which is right there, they had like this fish or something that sits in your ear and translates. Yeah, Babelfish, I think it's called. Something like
Apparently,
that.
they were saying now that the Guardians of the Galaxy will meet the Avengers. They don't really speak English, but they all have a translator like that.
So the Guardians of the
Did-
Galaxy
did,
don't
like,
speak
Tony
English.
Stark
No.
make it?
No, I mean they haven't met each other yet.
I mean, will he make it?
No, it's already made.
How?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Maybe I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, Star-Lord has to speak English because he's from Earth.
true. But I don't think all
True.
5 aliens from different.
Oh,
planets
so
speak
Star-Lord
the same
already
language.
has a translator. 'cause
He
can talk
must
with-
because
okay.
they're all speaking English.
I mean, Groot speaks a different language, right?
True, you're right.
I am Groot.
I'm Groot.
That is true.
We are Groot.
Next topic.
Yeah, sounds good.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe, George.
That was
Wow.
great. All right,
Well,
so
I thought we
your-
had the same topic. Kind
Yeah,
of.
Do we?
you two got Spider-Man,
We're
don't you?
gonna talk about Spider-Man.
So I saw it.
You saw
Everyone
it?
here saw
Yeah,
it
I liked it.
at least 4 times.
I saw it 3 times.
I saw it 3 times.
Come on, amateurs.
Eh,
You
how
saw
many
it
times
4
did you see
times,
it?
George.
7.
You're lying.
Nah, just
Oh,
kidding.
okay.
I was
saw it
about
3
to say
times.
there's something wrong
Saw it
with
3
you if you
times,
can
yeah.
watch a movie that many
I saw
I
it
only
3
watched
times.
it once. You know.
This is enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
But did you guys hear about the giant plot hole?
Yeah, that whole
It's
time.
No.
tearing
stuff.
everyone apart.
Bruh.
What was it? I
It-
didn't hear about this.
At the beginning
Alright,
of the
so-
movie, you know how Michael Keaton is cleaning up the stuff from the New York mess?
Yeah.
After that, it says 8 years later, which means that Spider-Man will take place in 2020.
Assuming that the Avengers took place in 2012.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Avengers really didn't take place in 2012.
When did it take place?
Well, apparently it took place in 2010.
Oh.
Which would still put it off a little
That
bit.
still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know.
In the
I
grand scheme
don't
of things,
know,
it
man.
doesn't all add up. But,
But it was a great movie.
I was telling Daniel, like, they have... Every time a director makes a movie, they have to look at 14 movies and look
Yeah.
at every fact and every plot, anything. Look at the dates on any newspaper to put a movie together. So it's like,
Mm.
you got to give them credit for that. You can't...
Yeah.
They're not going to get everything
yeah,
right.
and I mean, I think the dates aren't really crucial to the story that has been going on. So
Exactly.
there's no real time and place where it's crucial. You just
Like-
kind of watch them.
Yeah, it
So-
doesn't make a big deal.
Yeah.
It's just people trying to cause problems.
But it is horribly disfigured the plot
Yeah.
or the timeline.
It's the Marvel
True, true.
Cinematic Universe, so I feel like it should have a timetable.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're a director,
It's
you
your
should
job.
do that. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, apparently I read that I think James Spader, the Guardians of the Galaxy director, said that Marvel has
James
a
Spader.
James Spader is an actor.
Yeah, he's an actor.
I'm
That's
sorry,
Ultron.
my bad. James
Damn,
Gunn.
dude.
I'm sorry. I'm
Now
sorry.
you have to pass me a chip.
You're right. I'm not a true fan.
George is passing
Ah.
Peter
That
a
was bad.
potato chip.
That's a tortilla
actually
chip, not a
not-
potato chip.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, but James Gunn said that apparently Marvel has a script of literally everything that's happened in all the movies
That's cool.
in order. So like from Captain America
That they made, right?
that they made, yeah, like of everything
Wow.
in the movies. So I don't know.
And they can't get timetables right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shame.
Wow. So
What a shame.
I thought like some of the parts in Spider-Man were kind of intense. Like I didn't kind of like close my eyes through some of it. I was like, it's kind of intense. But the parts where he was being Spider-Man,
Parker or Spider-Man?
Spider-Man,
Oh, okay.
and he did Peter Parker so well.
He did.
Exceptional.
Like that part of the movie, I just loved it. That was great. I think probably the best one.
I agree, actually.
Very high school centric.
Yeah, it was neat.
John Hughes, right?
Like, oh my goodness, his suit was insane. It was like the Iron Man suit, but it was like so cool. It had all these cool things.
Can you imagine
What was
having
it?
that suit?
576 web shooter combinations.
Yeah,
That was hilarious.
What was her name? Suit
Karen.
lady.
Karen, yeah.
Karen.
Karen.
Yeah, he's the only actor that really did good at being Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
That's true. Because
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield did a really good job, I think, of being Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't a good Peter Parker though.
Yeah.
Not really.
He was too.
And
He
Tobey
was too
Maguire was
cool
and
just
hip.
not
Yeah.
really good.
I mean, I thought Tobey Maguire was a good Peter Parker.
Yeah, he was so
not as
awkward
much
though.
as
I mean, I don't
Spider-Man,
feel
though.
like.
Yeah, well, I
Yes.
mean, isn't that what Peter Parker is?
Is he
awkward
supposed to-
and
yeah, I
quirky.
guess.
Tobey Maguire I never liked him because
No?
he was always crying.
Yeah, he's bad crier.
Only cried
he
once.
was like too short, and he was like, I didn't like the suit.
He wasn't Spider-Man.
The
to
suit
me.
was cool.
No, I didn't like the suit.
I
like-
liked it.
I think Amazing Spider-Man 2 was my favorite before this one.
That's
Really?
the best suit. Yeah.
Oh, the
My
suit,
favorite
yeah,
is
yeah.
Spider-Man 2. Well,
Like
not
the
the
original-
suit, not the
Original
suit.
Spider-Man
The
2?
movie?
Yeah, like the movie itself.
Not the Amazing Spider-Man 2?
The
I mean-
original with Doc Ock.
I like that one, but just for nostalgia, I love the second one.
I pretty much grew up on those movies. I mean, I was so young to see them,
Yeah.
because they came out 2000. I don't think I saw when I was 2 years old, but I must have probably saw when I was like
Spider-Man.
8 or.
Look, Spider-Man.
Fun
But-
fact: did you know that the first Spider-Man movie had to reshoot because it had featured the Twin Towers in the movie? And if you go, I don't know if you can find it on YouTube, but the very first trailer for the movie was Spider-Man catching a helicopter in between the Twin Towers.
Really?
So then they had to reshoot it after the tragedy.
Interesting.
So you're saying the first original Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire?
Yes.
Wow.
So they kind of had to
Interesting.
change a whole bunch of stuff up.
Okay. George completely trolled me
What?
when I went to Spider-Man.
Bro, that second post-credit
Oh,
scene.
it was so good though.
I
that
told
was
Julian
so
it was the
good.
best thing you'll
He
ever
said
see.
it's the best thing. You have to wait because there are two. You have to wait and see this thing at the end. And I get Cap
Patience.
telling me that I have to be patient.
Bro.
It's like you've waited so long for something so disappointing.
But it was totally not worth it.
Hey,
But it was totally worth
Marvel
it.
trolled us, and we still loved it.
I love it. Was
It's so
it
true.
honestly had me dying because
It
I
was
was
good.
sitting there and I was like,
I'm expecting
this is gonna be
Thanos
so
or
good. Yeah.
You know, I liked it though, honestly, because it felt like it was a self-contained movie without
Mhm.
all those post-credits and stuff.
yeah.
I felt like it was nice. It was like a little self-contained movie. They even
Uh-huh.
referenced back to itself later in the movie like that, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like Back to the Future was like
Uh-huh.
that. It was
I
really
think they
good.
did really good at making sure that you know it's in the MCU, but like they found the perfect boundary where it was like, we're dropping this many Easter eggs, but
Absolutely.
not too much. It's still his movie. It wasn't Iron Man 4, you know.
I thought it was cool how he was vlogging in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd do the same thing if I was Spider-Man.
That was
I
pretty
would
cool.
record everything.
Do you have a secret Spider-Man vlog that we don't know about, Pete?
Super secret Spider-Man vlog on YouTube or /youtube.com. Go check it out and subscribe.
Yeah. What was your favorite scene, Pete?
I really liked when he I mean, I love the whole thing, so it's really hard. But I really did like when he was locked up in that vault, and he got out and got to the Washington Monument to save the elevator from falling.
Another really good scene is the part where he's like under all that rubble, and he's like trying to get up.
And then he's like, what did he do when he
looked in the water and he saw his mask.
He's like, come on, Spider-Man.
He hyped himself up.
Spider-Man.
And it's cool because
I'm Spider-Man.
Because Peter told me that that's from an original comic.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Like straight out of an original comic.
I think the point of it was that he looks in his reflection, but he saw half Peter, half Spider-Man. So it was like, I'm Spider-Man, but I'm still Peter Parker.
Spider-Man.
Or does he have a choice or something? Like, is he gonna choose to do one of these two things, like be a normal person or be Spider-Man, or is it
I think it's more that
half and half?
That he's really just Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Suit, yeah.
Exactly, because the whole movie was like him trying to be. He wanted to be an Avenger. He wanted the nice suit, but then at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, he didn't take the suit or the chance to be in the Avengers. So it was like
because he was just trying to become Spider-Man.
You guys should have skipped ahead like 11 minutes or something if you didn't want spoilers.
Sorry.
So just telling you now.
I assume it's been out for almost 2 weeks now, so I assume everyone who has wanted to see it has saw it.
Yeah, probably. And anybody else who hasn't seen it probably doesn't care about spoilers.
Exactly.
And if you do, then it's your fault.
Sorry.
And if you do, Spider-Man dies at the end of the movie, and Iron Man lives on Pluto.
Yep.
Did you guys know that? Like, how did you feel about Iron Man living on Pluto?
It was an interesting plot twist.
Interesting, yeah.
Connects good to the Avengers, I guess.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool that he morphed one of the Infinity Stones into his armor. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was neat. And like now he can fly in warp speed.
Yeah.
So they kind of cross over Star Trek a little bit there. It's neat, you know. Cause
Captain Kirk made a little appearance too.
Yeah. I mean, Disney pretty much owns everything now, so they can do all that cool stuff.
What was your favorite scene,
Julian?
No, I like that little part when he was like running through the backyards and stuff. Like when he was that little scene. I think that was really cool. Yeah,
that was funny.
I think my favorite scene was after the ferry fight when Iron Man came and started talking to him. That was a good scene.
That was good
because he was like,
it was such. One thing. They totally nailed the like father-son relationship between Tony and Peter. I thought that was amazing. They did it perfectly. They did it really well, yeah.
It's kind of scary to see Iron Man be so stern.
Yeah.
You know, like
caring legit.
Yeah, it was like, oh, I feel like I did something wrong.
You care about something?
They did good with that, though. I mean, they only have 13 films to build on, so.
Yeah, that's true. And a beloved character that
exactly
everyone has seen so much of.
That's the other thing too. As much as we've seen him enough, they managed to do a movie of stuff that we haven't seen, but it still felt familiar.
Definitely.
You know? That's like we never seen.
Really insightful, George.
Wow, that was.
Thank you.
That was deep.
That was.
Thank you, man.
Good job, man.
Give me a high five.
Honestly,
that was.
I read that somewhere on Reddit.
Oh, take it back. Revert.
No,
I just took it. My bad. Random Reddit user. Thank you.
Shout out to
Spider-Man 28/7.
That's totally his name.
I've always made the argument, and anyone who is listening, I'd be more than happy to talk to you about it, that in terms of superheroes, Spider-Man is the best written superhero.
He will actually video call you anywhere you are on Earth.
And if you speak a different language, use the universal translator.
Yeah, well, you have to learn English since it's the universal language, as Matt has told us.
True.
So if you learn English and you video call Pete, he will tell you about Spider-Man.
Yeah, I will. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to tell you the facts.
I'm very tired.
What time did you wake
Einstein didn't sleep.
Like 10, 11.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
Pete, what you said is interesting. A lot of really, like, intelligent people are insomniacs.
They don't sleep a lot?
That's why they all die.
Because their minds are always rushing and stuff.
Now, the guy, what's his name? The guy who did Fireflies.
Oh, yes.
Owl City?
Owl City. It's not his name, but yeah. Yeah.
Owl City, man.
Mr. Owl City.
He wrote that song and composed that on his synthesizer because he couldn't sleep. He just did it at night.
Huh.
He couldn't sleep. He had insomnia. And then he composed this interesting thing with his, like, garage synthesizer thing.
Can I give an unpopular opinion?
Whatever.
I truly despise that song.
I love that song with all my heart.
I truly
love that song
despise
too.
that song with every fiber of my being.
I can never put that song
Why?
on, and people
Oh
just
my.
they'll like throw things at me, and you'll
10
sing the
million
song
hugs from
over.
10
I'll
million
listen to it.
firebugs?
You would
Like,
not
what?
believe
Why
your
not?
eyes.
You jealous?
10 million fireflies.
10 million
lit
fireflies.
up
the world as I
That's
fell
like half of the-
asleep.
Bum, 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 bum. I get loud.
No.
10 million
I could've wrote that song.
firebugs.
Why wasn't it even popular at one
point? This part. I don't know.
I mean, I get it. It's catchy, but like,
The pre-chorus, I don't know.
You would not believe your eyes. Bum.
10 million fireflies
Bum.
laid out the world.
Fell asleep. Doop, 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 doop. Okay, that's good.
Duel.
That's enough. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Wouldn't that be the most
that
beautiful
would be
thing?
terrifying because 10 million firebugs are a lot of bugs.
Okay, but they're not
Too much
actually
to be
on
hugged
fire.
by. You'll just be a giant lump of bugs.
And then you
Awesome.
could like fly.
Yeah, they just grab you and you fly.
And then you're like at night, you see like paint a picture. You see like the moon, and you're like flying through the air like ET style, and then you got all these lightning bugs all
Yeah,
over.
but then you'll
you.
have firebugs like going inside of in your face, and then
How small do you think they are?
laying eggs inside of you, and then having firebugs.
That's not.
Then you'll become a firebug.
You
All right,
think that fireflies can lay eggs inside of your body?
I was saying it because it's a joke, Peter.
Well, it didn't
Do you have
sound
a
like you were
sense of humor?
joking. There was no punchline.
I have a very dry sense of humor.
All right.
This is why I don't like to joke around a lot.
because
It's
people
because people take me too seriously.
Okay. Matt,
Can't
would you
blame
like
'em.
to tell our listeners something about yourself, like not to take you seriously? Like, would you like to give a little public service announcement here?
Usually when I tell jokes, I have a completely straight face, so people think I'm serious. Like
Yeah.
if I walked up to somebody and said, "What's the difference between the United States and the USA?" They would think I'm serious,
That's
and then they
funny.
would think I'm really dumb.
Well, Matt, I feel like you've legitimately asked that question at one point in your life.
I haven't legitimately. See, this is what I'm talking about.
No, you- I
what
think
did we
it's-
even start
no,
with?
I think
I don't
it's
even
cool.
know.
We started with fireflies.
I think it's cool how we start somewhere and then end up somewhere completely
I
different.
know, like
Or
we started with
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, didn't
'Cause
we?
it's up to the people listening to trace back how this
Now,
conversation
next
got
time,
where
I
it
want
was.
to ask some people on Instagram, like, if they have any topics we want to talk about. We have like 3 followers on Instagram,
Hey.
and they're us. So
Let's ask ourselves.
let me look real quick. Let me look.
Look at our followers.
We have. Let me tell you how many.
Imagine there's like 6 billion.
We have 18
Oh,
followers on Instagram.
Let's give a clap.
All right.
Sound of applause.
Thank you
Is
to
this
our
what
followers.
fame is?
I can't handle it. I'm
Now,
gonna go
honestly,
crazy.
guys, we have over 100 views on our first podcast. So let's get a
Yeah.
round of applause for that
Whoa.
too.
We're famous.
That was pretty good. That's a pretty good thing. I mean, there are 100 people who wasted an hour of their life listening. I don't know if all of them, listened
all the way
At
through.
least 5 minutes.
They probably like skimmed through it.
YouTube actually tells me, but I don't pay attention
Oh, really?
how long they listen. Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to react to all this fame. I might end up quitting this, starting my
Yeah.
own podcast, thinking it might be more successful, but it won't
Yeah.
be as successful.
And then you ask
Talking to
you beg
yourself for
that
like
you're
an
going
hour and
to
50 minutes.
like. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's what Nate Roos did, and then I think he went back to his
Fun.
original band. Yeah,
Fun.
and then
Oh, that's right. He left.
Paul McCartney.
That transition, though.
Well, they split up.
Fun.
No, Beatles.
Oh.
You ever heard of the Beatles, George?
Beatles.
Bob Ross was a Beatle at one point. Believe it or not.
You think?
Secret member of the Beatles.
So, Matt, you have a Bob Ross T-shirt on, and what is Bob Ross doing in that picture?
He's painting the universe.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
It's very cool.
Yeah. So, do you like Bob Ross?
I love Bob Ross.
Very Do you- much.
I watched the whole first season, like just painting with Bob Ross.
Really? The
Who's
Joy of
Binge It?
Painting with Bob Ross on Netflix?
And then there's like another one where it's like winter themed.
Winter, yeah, on Netflix. Those are the only 2 series on Netflix. I was like, why did they not? And I watched one on Netflix. It was like episode 23 or something like that. I don't know. He was painting like these trees and stuff in a forest. He said, and this is episode 300 of what we do. I'm like,
it's because
what?
on PBS they've had a bunch of episodes.
Spoiler alert: he paints trees in every episode.
what?
And he gives them friends.
And he feeds
Friendly
squirrels.
little trees. Feed squirrels. Now, I have a list. Matt, since you have the T-shirt on, would you like to talk about this list of some interesting things that Bob Ross has said? Would you like to list some of these?
When you're painting a cloud, think like a cloud. We don't make mistakes. We make happy little accidents.
I like that one.
Let's see. There's nothing wrong with having a tree as a friend.
Okay. I have a couple tree friends.
You do? What are their names, George?
My social
Tree?
skills are so bad that I can't even socialize with trees. I'm part Indian, by the way.
Nuh-uh.
He said that, yeah.
Her-
Yeah, he said he was just painting, and he randomly just looked at the camera and said, "I'm part Indian, by the way," and continued painting. It was so funny.
That is very random.
Remember how free clouds are? They just lay around in the sky all day long.
It's a beautiful thought.
I wish I was cloud.
Do
Just
you
float
really?
around in the sky all day. And then rain.
It's pretty. Oh wow, depression again.
Of course.
Well, I mean, we need the rain, so
I love rain. Does anybody else love rain?
I love
like
rain.
I
With
love
passion.
rain.
I love
I'm the
it.
only one that can't sleep during rain.
I can totally sleep during rain.
Rain when you're inside, but when you're trying to do something. it's
Exactly.
Well, I
horrible.
mean,
I
yeah,
never
it's
try to do
true.
anything. I'm always inside, so.
So you're set.
Saying,
Yeah.
go out on a
Next.
limb. That's where the fruit is. No idea what
I
that
like
means.
that one. Because
Out on a
go
limb.
out on a limb, that's where the fruit is. You know the expression "go out on a limb"?
Oh.
That's where the fruit is. Yo, it just changed your life, didn't it?
We don't make mistakes. We
Interesting.
make happy little accidents.
Yeah,
I
he
like
says
that
that
one.
all the time.
I like that one.
I think I just read all of them.
Okay, cool.
Bob Ross,
So
everyone.
that is Bob Ross.
Some Bob Ross for you.
So then, by that logic, the guy who rear-ended me and cracked my bumper,
Happy little
that was a
mistake.
happy little mistake.
That was a happy little accident. I think we should.
Thank you.
You want to? That was a good amount of time. Do you want to take a break and then come back to this because we have cookies and we have chips and we have some stuff.
Yes, please.
We can take a break here and see how the audio turned out. So we're gonna sing you guys
Fair
out,
enough.
and I don't actually know what we're gonna
Wait,
do.
let's
but-
do like a
We're gonna
a
harmonize.
50s like a cappella group.
Spider-Man?
Bum,
Yeah,
Let's do
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Wait, let's do Spider-Man.
50s version, though. 50s acapella.
Spider-Man.
Well,
Spider-Man
Spider-Man came out in the
does
60s.
whatever a spider can. Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Redesign it.
Spider-Man. Man. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Does whatever.
But that you can't do a cappella to that.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Boom, 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 boom,
Spider-Man.
All right, this just sounds ominous. It doesn't sound like the Spider-Man theme song.
All right, bye guys. Making my way downtown.
Guy. I almost died on break.
He did. Would you
That's
like to
gonna be our
explain
title.
this? I almost died on
Clickbait.
break. That's actually good.
Exclamation mark!
I
Exclamation
got
mark!
footage of it.
exclamation
So
Did you get footage of him eating the cookie?
Instead of helping him, I decided to document it.
That's what young people do.
Peters these days.
didn't Hector say something about that? Did they-
Yeah, he sure
that was
did.
horrible.
That was terrible. Yeah.
mark. What? Say about what?
He said apparently this guy was drowning and a group of teenagers decided just to
Oh,
record
now I
it
take
and
back
laugh
what I said because now it just sounds awful.
instead of saving him. And they can't do anything because that's not illegal. It's just messed up too much.
This is an interesting way to start the second half of our podcast.
It's sad.
Yeah. Like if they weren't recording and making fun of him, they just walked by and they felt they were too helpless to save him.
Well, they were
You know
too
what I'm
helpless
saying?
to save them.
Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's what
if
I'm
you
saying.
don't-
I
Well,
can't
let's
swim, and I would jump in there trying to save him.
Oh, well,
You
then
can't
you
swim.
have two people who are going to be drowning.
Yeah.
Okay, do you guys float when you're in a pool? That's a weird question, but I don't float. I sink. Like if I don't have any air in my lungs, I sink to the very bottom.
And so you gotta put air in your lungs.
Everyone,
Yeah.
everyone has that.
But-
Julian.
Does everyone?
I float.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
Sink.
No, I'm gonna empty out my lungs and float to the surface of the water.
in the Dead Sea you float.
Yeah, that's
because of
true.
the
Because of
salt.
the salt. Yeah.
Matt, you're doing all the intelligent.
Yeah, like if you get a cup full of water and you put an egg in it, the egg is gonna sink to the bottom. But if you put salt in the water, Vegas gonna rise at the
Let's
top.
try it.
Replaced Matthew with Matthew.
We should
Stunt
do
Double.
that.
Let's try it.
We call him
Yeah,
Smarter
let's try it at the next break.
Wow. You guys know
Smart
why the sky is blue?
You're on a roll, man.
I was just asking you guys.
Oh.
The refraction of light.
You know,
In the
actually,
hydrogen
According
in
to
the
math,
atmosphere.
a clear cloudless daytime sky is blue because molecules in the air scatter blue light from the sun more than they scatter red light. When we look towards the sun at sunset, we see red and orange colors because the blue light has been scattered out and away from the line of sight.
Due to hydrogen particles.
Oh, so you know more than the Google? Professor John
You're
C.
just
Google?
I wasn't. I
Why does his name keep changing?
he keeps getting a name change.
Professor Julian Google.
He's
It was
just
a group
on a
of...
name-to-name basis with Pete. You know, when you look at something, though, it's not really the color you see.
eyes.
Let's not get into
Well,
that.
we're all colorblind.
Yep,
So I
How
could be
is that
purple?
possible?
exactly.
You know, there are colors that exist that we can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like lobsters and stuff can see it, but we can't.
The mantis shrimp.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, the mantis
is not
shrimp.
the mantis shrimp the coolest animal?
Our
Like,
eyes,
Coolest animal are
That's actually pretty cool, though, because our eyes have 3, I forget what they're called.
red,
rods?
blue, and green.
Rods?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's cyan, magenta, and...
RGB, red, green, blue.
Is it?
That's computers, at least.
Well, it's 3.
RGB.
We're not computers.
Come on, Julian.
Wait.
Are we?
I
Living
think
computers.
That's a computer.
I probably am a computer. I sound like a computer.
You do.
Whatever colors it is, we have 3. And with those 3, we can see the millions and millions of colors we can.
RGB.
But the mantis shrimp has 17 in each eye.
What?
So he can see colors you literally cannot even imagine because you cannot physically make up a color.
That's incredible.
So he can see over 10
Yo,
times the amount of colors
imagine
we
how
know.
trippy it would be seeing a color that you can't even see in your own spectrum.
You can't fathom it. Crazy.
What if we could? Like, imagine how crazy it would be. Like, what?
Well,
That'd be
it says
crazy.
here that it's a compound eye that it has, made up of thousands of small units that each detects light independently.
Like
Wow.
dragonfly?
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
read it.
just.
I don't know.
That's pretty crazy, though. Like, can you make up a color? Try to make
I
a color
honestly
up.
can't.
Blurple.
Robble.
Describe it to me.
It's oh,
A little bit of yellow, a little bit of blue.
I was thinking red.
Without using other colors.
purple.
You can't physically.
It's-
Blurple looks
it's
a lot
Ropple.
like Ropple. You know what Ropple
It's
is?
Ropple.
Robble? What's Robble, Matt?
It's a hint of
It's.
Germitin.
I see a different color spectrum than you
Germitin.
guys.
Have you ever
Yeah.
heard this trick that if you like close your eye and you put your camera flashlight to your eye for like a minute or something, and then you open your eye, your one eye will have adjusted to that color, so you'll see everything like a colorblind person does. You'll see it like everything looks blue. I've tried
Bro.
this. And then the other eye
It's legit?
looks yellow. Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
try
I've
it.
done it. Yeah,
Let's try it.
So
Yeah.
you flash the light in your eye with your eye closed.
with your
Or
eye
with
closed. Don't do it open.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that
Let's
hurts.
try it.
Yeah, your iris is
George, you
gonna sit
do
on
it.
fire.
I want to try it.
So put it to your eye closed.
Yeah, and then just
For about
leave
a
it
minute?
there for about a minute or so.
Wow, it's really hot.
It is.
Am I gonna die?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you are. You ate a nut cookie.
Oh.
I know. Well, I guess I should just.
Should I close my other eye, or can I leave it open?
You should leave it open, I think, because then it's adjusted to your regular color spectrum.
I think I'm already colorblind though, so it's not gonna make much of a difference.
Why do you think you're colorblind?
Because when I get ready for the meeting, I don't know if it's brown or blue. Sometimes.
Well, I never know if it's black or navy.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
5, 4, 3,
bad.
2, 1. Test it.
How is it?
Crazy.
Try one eye and then try the other. Like close and open one eye. Real
That's
quick.
actually really cool.
What
Yeah.
do you see?
I'm seeing
Let
just
me see. Matt, did you
Let me show you.
did you Matt, did you just say let me see?
No, I said what? I said what do you see? Not
Oh.
let me see.
wow.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it.
You try it, Matt.
When I looked at like it had a very very dark blue tint.
Yo.
Yeah,
Try it.
exactly.
5,
All right, here we
4,
go.
3,
It's
2,
endeavor on an adventure.
1.
Lift off. Okay, now close one eye. Oh, wow. I forgot how much this was. It's like a light little blue if you look through that one eye. It's like nice. I recommend you guys try it, but don't open your eye.
while the flashlight is in it.
No, just don't open your eyes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Which kind of reminds me of. Did you ever see that picture that people were talking about the dress?
Yeah. What did you
No.
see it as? I saw it as
Wait a
gold.
minute.
I think
Wait,
I
wait,
saw
wait,
it
wait.
blue.
Guys,
I only saw it gold.
what if
What
we
if?
do that thing again with the eyes and look at the dress and we see the color that other people are seeing?
I think that actually. I don't know. Maybe that's why I learned about that.
Yeah, like what if you see it blue and then when you do it you'll see it gold?
What if you unlock the next level?
And it's just
What?
another dress. It's just another dress that comes out. Now which color is this
Dress
one?
2.0.
That's actually a
You
good
solved the
idea,
riddle.
though. Let's do it.
I'm too lazy to
I'm
do
down.
that.
Do it.
Too lazy.
I'll document.
You gotta do the light thing again, though.
Right.
You wanna know how I broke my last one though?
Yeah, with your bite bit it.
Same.
To
Okay.
Wait, why did you bite the phone?
Oh yeah, it's a long story. So
Me too, man.
Well, summarize it.
Oh, you bit your phone too, didn't you, George?
Yeah.
came home from
Why
school.
is everyone eating their phones?
Came home.
I never have bitten a
No.
phone in my
You
life.
have not bit your phone and broke it?
No.
I came home from school one day. I had a very long day at school, so
I
I'm like,
decided
hey,
to
let me
eat
play
my
beta
phone.
for this game that's coming out on the Xbox.
Since you
Mhm.
had a long day at school.
So at the time, Peter had his Xbox on a shelf that was like taller than me.
Uh-huh.
So the beta wasn't working. So I'm like, all right, I'll just get a chair and restart the Xbox. So I don't know why, but I put the phone in my mouth to like restart the Xbox.
Same.
And then I felt it slip, so I bite on it gently. And then I felt like glass fall into my mouth, and I'm like, oh no. So I got down and I looked at it, and the whole screen was green. I was like, no.
Same.
I don't know how to feel about that story.
The dress.
Thought I did.
I don't know what. Oh yeah, look, it pulled it up. All right, what do you see this as? Blue and black.
You see black?
Yeah, blue and black.
What were the options?
Blue and black or white and gold.
I see blue and gold.
Or both.
Let me see. You serious?
Yeah, man, it's black.
George is an alien confirmed.
Julian is Julian. George.
Julian and George are aliens confirmed.
I see blue and gold.
George is colorblind confirmed.
this
get
is
your
a
eyes
normal
checked.
original picture?
Yeah, unedited.
Wow.
For real, you see that as black? As gold?
Gold, yeah.
What do you see that as, Matt?
Blue and black.
Like, I can tell that there is some gold there. Some yellow, like, yellow light and stuff right at the top,
Mm-hmm.
clearly.
Yeah.
But
Some warm lights.
but it's like, that's lighting. That's not what
Yeah,
I
it's
see
just
it
light.
as. It's obviously a black and blue
You know what
dress.
would prove the true color of it? Is if you go on a photo editing program. You know the little thing that you take.
Yeah, the
color?
eyedropper.
Yeah, you just get that and then drop it somewhere else, and then boom, you have the color.
Okay, Matt volunteered
Fair
to... Pete, you want to count down? From 50, go.
50, 49, 48,
George, let's mess him
47,
up.
46, 45,
92,
44,
87,
55.
43,
What?
42,
Whoa.
41,
What happened?
We both said
We
87.
both said the same number.
39,
That was weird.
38,
29?
37,
46.
46.
36,
Whoa.
35,
I tried leaning on the table. and I was
34.
still going like this.
33,
42.
32,
49. 87.
31,
28?
100,
30,
47.
29,
1 billion, 9
24,
1 billion,
22,
giraffe,
28?
Tiger.
21,
elephant,
20,
Alabama,
19,
Kentucky.
Something like that.
1.
Let's see.
I'm almost positive I messed up at some point.
In this eye, I see black and blue, but in this eye, I see black. I see blue and gold.
Blue and
What?
Are you serious?
What?
I'm colorblind.
Yeah.
No, through the eye, I didn't even put the flash.
So you're colorblind.
That didn't
Dude.
prove anything.
What is wrong with you?
Why am I like this?
Why am I like
Yo, this is crazy.
Oh,
on,
Matt. Matt. I love how this
This
is
is
an
legit.
audio
I mean, this
podcast
is
and we're
serious.
doing all these visual things.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
They just
you
need
know,
to
people
imagine.
listening can create and imagine.
Who
I can
wants to go
explain things in
first?
great detail. I can explain. Julian is currently holding up his cellular communications device up to his right eye, and it has a flashlight, and his eye is closed while the other one is open. He currently has his glasses tilted at sort of a slanted angle over his phone. Now he's smiling and pointing at me.
Okay, this is weird. I have the exact same experience as Matt. I see blue and black in my changed eye, and I see blue and gold in the eye that didn't change.
You serious?
Bruh.
I I'm feeling
So
compelled
if
to
I
do the
do
same
it,
thing.
if I do it, what's gonna happen?
You're gonna
Or
die.
you're
You're just gonna see darkness.
You're gonna see what the mantis shrimp sees.
Yo,
Level
Oh,
2.
you can unlock
I
that.
unlocked the next level.
Bruh.
It is so weird, but I could still tell that it was black with my unchanged eye, but it was more prominently gold.
Yeah,
It was weird.
I have 20/20 vision.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have
21,
2250 vision.
Yo,
Peter's -9.
I actually have really bad vision. I'm legally
Really?
blind without my glasses.
Yeah,
For
Peter's
real?
almost blind.
Cool.
Big time.
Try wearing Peter's glasses. It's the most
Let me try your glasses,
horrible
Pete.
thing.
Let's trade.
It hurts so much.
Oh! Pete, how do you see with this?
amazing right now. All right, so how was that concert?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the Paul McCartney concert. So if you guys don't know, at home, you viewers, listeners at home,
Viewers?
yeah, it is on YouTube, so it's kind of a view. But anyway, I went to, and my family went to, and some of my dad's friends went to a Paul McCartney concert. Okay, so Paul McCartney is starting this new series of tours called One on One, and this was his second time doing it.
His second.
His second
tour?
stop.
His second stop, yeah.
Oh.
Not tour. Second stop on the tour.
Second stop on the tour. Yeah, I'm sure he did a lot with the Beatles, you know. But
Yeah.
the Paul McCartney concert was amazing.
Mhm.
Like he made us wait for like 40 minutes
Wow.
That's not that
past the actual
Oh,
start
yeah,
time.
that's kind of bad.
No opening act.
No openers.
Nope.
It's just like a little picture slideshow of some of the stuff he did with the Beatles
That's really
for
cool,
40
though.
minutes. It was cool. Multiple times, like I stood up and I was like, Paul. No, it's the
Sick.
sound guy. You know,
Yeah.
it happened multiple
All the
times.
That's
roadies.
every band you go to, you freak out
It's a
at
roadie.
the roadie.
Yeah. And they had this guy. It was actually really cool. They had this guy remixing old Beatles songs
Huh.
Into like,
for the 40 minutes, for like the first 20 of them or
like
something.
how remixing them into a different.
Kind of electronic.
Like he was
or-
putting them together and he was like adjusting the levels and stuff and he was doing like really cool stuff to it though.
Oh, that's interesting.
You recorded some of it.
Not the DJ. I didn't know. But I did record some of the his songs, Paul McCartney's songs. So then when he came out, it was amazing. You know his signature guitar?
Mm-hmm.
That slowly faded onto the screen with like stars going, sparks flying on the video, and then it was like boom, like that final chord and at the end of Abbey Road, like it came out and it's like that's his guitar, and then everybody stood up, and the place was insane, and then Paul McCartney came walking onto the stage, and everybody went ballistic.
Crazy.
It was insane.
That's awesome.
It was amazing.
Paul
Yeah.
That's
McCartney.
awesome. Bro, on his end, I can only imagine how like standing there and hearing everyone screaming. That would be like,
Yeah,
but,
he
like, think of
actually-
how long he's been doing that.
yeah, it's like normal
Yeah.
for him.
It's like waking up in the morning.
Yeah, he specifically said, I'm gonna stop and like take some of this in just for myself right now, and he stood there for like 15 seconds or something.
Pretty
20
I
crazy.
do the same thing.
How many people were there?
A lot. I don't know.
Thousands for sure.
A lot, yeah.
I mean, it's bigger probably than like a convention, right? Over
Yeah,
10,000.
it was. A lot of people showed up, but the thing is, it was mostly people my parents' age and older.
Really?
I was like one of the only two kids
Yeah,
there.
Well, you have a refined taste in music. You're not going to.
You saying I have an old taste in music, Pete?
No, you're not. Well, I listen to all this music. The older music is the better music.
I agree with you because I think music died.
With that statement, I have to say, I think mainstream music.
Mainstream music has died.
That's true.
Yeah,
like, what's
I
popular?
can name
say
like
that. I would
five.
say that.
I can
But
name
Pop
like
music
five.
is
can
just horrible.
But you can still find good music. It's just more
So
indie
rare.
now, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
You know what I'm saying?
who's your favorite indie artist?
Well, I would say Imagine Dragons, but they're not indie anymore. So, I don't know.
I'm talking
I'd
about
say-
like
Because, I mean, Imagine Dragons was indie.
Madian.
But then they got
Madian
big,
was
so-
indie.
Who?
Madian,
Oh, yeah.
he's really cool.
They're pretty big now, right?
Yeah.
Most people usually, I mean, it just means that you're independent, that you don't work without a record label. But once you start getting bigger, you become not indie, so.
You know, the funny thing is, I'm sure there are indie artists, quote unquote, who work with record labels and stuff.
But that's the thing. The
they're no
legit
longer that,
definition
you
of
know.
indie is that you don't have a
But
record label.
they'll still show up in the Spotify section of indie.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Independent.
Yeah. That's true. I don't know.
It's like a
What
genre
is that-
more now. It's like
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
stuff.
I guess
It's like experimental used to be.
yeah, like modern experimental.
You know what I find lately is people try to go back more towards the synth kind of sounding like 80s music. So you hear music and it's like, oh, that sounds good, but it also sounds like something that came out in the 80s.
Modern, old.
You know? Yeah.
Like,
Which I mean I'm fine with it, but
I have this playlist on Spotify called Electro Synth Pop kind of thing.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
And I like that kind of music, but I feel like it's overdone.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like people try to gravitate more towards trying to make modern music sound like older music because I feel like that was the best. Time for
Honestly,
music.
The thing you got to do though is that if you want to make good music, it has to sound different.
I
Well,
agree with you. Yeah.
Kinda, but
Like
It has
it's
to
its
sound-
own era.
It has to sound familiar enough, but new enough.
I
at
think
the same
music, like,
Mhm.
to stimulate your brain has to be something you haven't really heard much of before, like a new kind of experimental kind of thing. Or I guess you can do something that is like, oh, I've heard this song 1,000 times and I love it every time.
the way I understand it, I read this somewhere, so it must be legit.
I think
Wikipedia or
all of your wisdom is from Reddit.
Yeah, probably. No, but like jazz music,
Mhm.
for example, is very complicated because it's improvised.
Yeah.
Most
yeah.
of it.
I love
So
jazz.
that kind of
Oh, jazz
music,
too.
it's not a mainstream
Smooth
thing.
jazz.
But mainstream music is very repetitive, so it's
Yeah.
very simple.
I agree.
So
Mhm.
then someone who maybe is not into music just listens to mainstream music, so their brain can say, "Oh, I like this because I know what's going to happen next." It's
Mhm.
repetitive, so something happens. That's like what I read the science behind it. Versus
you
something
listen to-
that's you doing that noise?
It's repetitive.
You know what's the most
point, good
different,
point.
amazing song I've ever heard?
What,
433.
bruh? Can you perform that for us?
That,
All right.
Just do an excerpt real quick.
Perform a
Excerpt.
quick 10
All right.
second excerpt.
Wow, that was gorgeous, man.
Right.
That was
Thank you.
incredible.
Thank you so
I can't
much.
believe that you're amazing.
Breathtaking.
You performed that on the last podcast live, and now the viewers are treated with the incredible privilege of hearing you perform it on an encore occasion.
Thank you.
You can do it at home too. What?
You should audition somewhere with that piece.
Dude, School of the Arts.
Do it.
Speaking of encore, Paul McCartney did an encore at the end of 5 songs. He left.
At the end of 5?
No, he did an encore at the end with 5 more songs.
Wow, that's a long encore.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
I've been to concerts where they've done a lot more.
Yeah?
Really?
Yeah.
Every concert I've been to, encore's only been one song.
I'm trying to think. I went to go see this band
Interesting.
called the Arctic Monkeys.
Oh. Shout out to Dan.
Shout out to Daniel. Hi, Daniel.
Yeah, shout out to Dan, man. And we saw them. They
House
did
of
a couple
Blue.
songs, and then they left. And then you know they always come back for the encore.
Yeah.
They're gonna come
Of
back.
course.
So they came back, and
Unless
they must
they're
have
really that
played.
bad.
they
yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
All right, stay back
And,
there.
they must have played about 10, 11 more songs.
What?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's like a whole concert.
A
Wow.
whole nother concert.
really cool. It was
Paul
the-
McCartney did like 20 songs,
Total.
and then he did 5 more.
Wow.
It was
That's
really
that's
good.
average for.
He
that's
played.
Really?
He started with A Hard Day's Night, so he was doing nothing. It's been a hard day's night. Everybody went ballistic again. That's how he opened it, and it was amazing.
That was the first song or the first
That was the first
encore?
song. The first song that he did.
That's the way
Ah.
to start.
I've been to
concert.
like at least 10 concerts. Every encore is just one song.
I've been to 30 plus concerts. What
You have
concerts
not
have you been
to
to?
30
I've
plus
been to
concerts.
30 plus.
Well,
Wow.
because of my parents.
Impressive.
I've been to James Taylor. I've been to Barbra Streisand, and I've been to Paul McCartney. So
Heavy
kind of the
hitters.
greats.
Barbra
Yeah.
Streisand.
Her concert was really incredible.
I've been to Young the Giant. They're really good.
Oh yeah.
I love Young the Giant.
YTG.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good
You
live.
just saw them
learned-
twice.
Oh,
I saw them.
Yeah, I
at
mean,
speak
Stardust.
about this.
I saw them at. It was kind of like a festival, and there was numerous bands playing. You guys ever heard of like Alt J?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them.
I saw that they were at the same festival. I
Mm-hmm.
saw
So-
the 3 main bands were Young the Giant, Weezer. If you ever heard of Weezer,
Yeah, I heard of them.
Weezer's.
and then
I love
Fall Out
Weezer.
Boy.
Hmm.
And by the time
Meh.
Fall Out Boy came on, it was about 32 degrees,
Yeesh.
raining, out in an open field.
Oh, cool.
I'll never
Cool.
forget it. This short dude. He must have been.
This is gonna be great.
I think he came up to about my chest. This guy was the biggest Fall Out Boy fan you would ever meet in your life. Where he jumped over me.
Over you?
He jumped over me, and he does not look like an athletic person. because he's a little like top heavy. I felt hands on the back of my shoulders, and then I looked up and I saw jeans fly over me, and I was like, "Did he just jump over me?" I wasn't even upset. I was like, "That's incredible." Oh, I turned like, "Did you just jump over me?" And he's like, "I did," and I'm like, "That was amazing."
Why just shimmy through a crowd when you can jump over?
Literally jump over people.
I'd do it.
Why not?
You would, Matt.
If you could.
So, my favorite song that he did had to be "Hey Jude."
Yeah.
Sing it.
Hey Jude,
Boom, boom,
don't make me mad. Take a sad
song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better. Better.
That was awesome.
That's
So, when he,
Was it really long?
it was long. It isn't "Hey Jude" 8 minutes long?
Pretty long. Yeah.
So I don't think he played maybe he did play the whole 8 minutes. I don't know. But
It's a long song.
anyway, when you see the person who wrote so many songs that I like
Mm-hmm.
play this legendary song, that was incredible. He played "Hey Jude" live. The guy who wrote it.
Pretty crazy. He's the main singer in most of the songs, right?
Yeah,
Lead
he
singer?
and John. And then Ringo got one song or something.
Oh, Ringo
Yellow
Starr was
Submarine,
there?
no?
No, Ringo wasn't there. Oh,
Oh.
sorry. No, I mean of the things they recorded.
Oh, okay.
Submarine, I think.
Yeah, didn't he? Yeah, that's cool.
Think so.
Neat. So, yeah, he started out with his old band Wings, their music, and then he did the second half was pretty much all Beatles.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
It was
So-
what, 2 hours?
Yeah, it was like a 2-hour concert.
I just when they end so late, you just like, can you guys finish? Like, I love this music, but can you guys hurry up?
Okay, the thing is, I was there and it was late, and like, you know, I just felt like I was tired. I really wanted to experience the concert at a time when I wasn't tired. I was
Awake,
like,
yeah.
I really want to experience this again. So
Awake.
for that reason, I would go again.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I think that's about it for my Paul McCartney. George, you have anything?
I took down my fish tank.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that real quick. George, you have moved on from your
PSA.
fish tank hobby.
Wait, what happened to your eels?
Do not buy a fish tank.
Do not buy a fish.
What
Word
happened?
of advice.
What happened?
It's just an expensive hobby.
Oh.
It's not a smart idea. I mean, I thought I would grow all the coral and make money, but it takes years. So.
The coral.
I had a guy, he came by, he bought all the fish, and then I called my old boss, and I was like, hey, I'm done. And he said, well, just come. He told me to bring everything. I sold him everything alive, like all the animals.
Alive? Did he specifically say that?
Why would you give it to him dead?
Exactly. So, yeah, I sold all that and took all the water out. Then I got to sell the poor coop.
Cass wanted it.
Yeah.
She really wanted it.
Honestly, I think it's just like more of a project car. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's not.
I know she'd
I would
love
have
it.
bought
Even
it if it
condition
was
it's in.
perfect.
Even with the
Yeah.
fan, you know, it wouldn't last that long when you're driving it.
That's why I'm saying, yeah. Like, coupes are not made for
Yeah, you can't like really
a
just-
reliable
you can't-
day-to-day.
You can't just cruise around in them.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like
What are
buying
they for?
Huh?
Ferrari.
What are they for?
Right.
Just sitting in the garage. You just look at it.
Your friends
What's
come over,
crazy
you
is
show it
was-
to them.
Me and Peter were driving somewhere, and I saw a Lamborghini.
Get this. I'm on the highway.
Yeah.
I see someone driving one of the new self-driving cars.
That's terrifying.
Which one?
So they weren't
The
driving
Google
it,
ones?
No, the Tesla.
Oh, cool.
They weren't driving it, obviously.
Yeah.
But the irony is that in the 21st century, in a self-driving car that's worth a lot of money, he wasn't driving it, but he was holding a newspaper like this and reading it. It could have been a magazine, but still, like, really?
Reading a physical object.
All right, well, let me ask you
Yeah.
this.
in your super futuristic self-driving car.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this: would you ever feel so comfortable relying on machines that you would
Absolutely.
Yeah.
read during a car drive?
Because I rely on technology, like, since I was born. And in every day of my life, I rely on technology. I rely on Google Photos to back up all my photos, YouTube to back up all my videos. I trust technology.
Well, all right. Let me put it like this:
I don't.
Would you trust technology with your life?
I kind of...
So
Yeah.
would you read a magazine on the turnpike while your car was driving at
highway.
approximately
The
65 to 70
Problem
miles
with
an hour?
that is that if everyone was doing a self-driving car, then I'll be fine. But since you're the only one and everyone else is a normal driver,
Yeah, everyone's
that's what scares
unpredictable.
me.
You
I
can't
agree with
predict
you
what
there.
people are
Exactly.
going to do.
It's like, what if your car switches lanes without seeing any of the other cars? in the lane?
Exactly. Well, I would trust. I would trust.
I would
the
trust
car,
it to do that.
just
I
not
wouldn't trust the
people.
other people.
I feel like I look like I'm telling.
I know. Pete totally looks
Tell
like
us
he's
a
doing
joke.
stand-up comedy.
Airline food. What's up with that stuff?
All right.
Well,
I think that was a pretty good podcast, guys.
Yeah,
So that was a lot of hours of or at least a lot of units of seconds. I didn't do
2,777.
my biggest topic, but we can do it on episode 3
Yeah, sounds good.
about the post office.
Oh, yeah.
So next time on Odcast Podcast, you will hear from me a public service announcement about the post office and a story about how we sent a package and it got lost in the mail.
A compelling tale
In 3 months.
that's riveting
6
and
years.
full of suspense.
How
Coming
sweet.
soon.
What a treat.
Brought to you by Julian Roth.
Boom.
Next time.
That was great.
on
So
Odcast
let's sing us
Podcast.
out, guys.
I think we got to go with Hey Jude.
Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better.
George Solo.
Remember to let her into your heart, and you can start to make it better. La la na 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 na. Hey Jude, hey Jude, 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 na 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 na. Hey Jude, 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 na 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 na. Hey Jude, yada yada yada. Boom.
And then he's like, what did he do?
What if instead of dying, you just turned into a giant nut?
What if he turned himself into a giant acorn?
Peter told me that it's a nut.
That's nuts.
Ha